Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just wanted to have a quick chat before we dive into today's video. My name is Hannah and welcome to Uptown Dogs, my very own channel teaching you how to make your own dog food and treats. I am super excited about today's video because not only are we making a super delicious and healthy treat for your pup, but also this is going to be human friendly. That's right, we are going to make a gluten-free, guilt-free delight to be shared with your very special boy or girl. Yes, and why don't we go ahead and get into today's video. Hello you guys, welcome back. Thanks again for watching my video. Let's go ahead and get started with the cooking, okay? All right, so we're gonna start by whipping up our eggs. This is 2 eggs. Okay, let's see. We'll get whipping. Good, and I'm gonna go ahead and add in my vanilla right here. This is about a teaspoon, 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla right here. Really just depends on how much flavor you want to bring, because vanilla is a totally safe flavor to play around with, especially if you're making desserts, okay? Next, we're going to add in our maple syrup, okay? This is loaded with manganese and zinc, which is very good for your dog's immune system. However, please, please, please check the label for xylitol at the store, as that is toxic to dogs, okay? And like all it should say is pure maple syrup. But if you're too nervous you're going to get the wrong stuff, don't worry. Just use honey instead, okay? It's all just here for the sweetener, okay? So this is a 1/4 cup maple syrup. I'm going to mix. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. All right. So we're going to go ahead and whip this all up with our egg mixture. It's good to start with the wet ingredients first and get them all mixed in together before we put in our dry ingredients, okay? Now our last little bit, we've got coconut oil, okay? So this elevates your dog's metabolism, gives them a higher level of energy and vitality. It helps protect from illness and can even speed healing, okay? Very good for your dog, not just to consume, but also to put on their skin. Okay, so here we go. We're going to mix that in. Okay, awesome. All right, and now since we can't use butter, we're using non-fat, plain, unsweetened yogurt. Okay, really make sure it's unsweet. Okay, you guys, we got to be careful about the kind of sugar we're putting in our dogs' bodies. Okay, now this combined with the coconut oil is going to help us get more of the consistency that we need. But of course, it's still not going to be as flaky as, you know, butter would make it. What can you do? And yes, guys, dogs cannot have butter. You know, it's highly fattening. It's not good to give your dogs too high of fattening foods. That's why I chose the low-fat yogurt too. And also, usually there's salt. You could get unsalted, but still, it's the fat they really can't have, okay? So here we go. We're mixing this all up. I know it's going to look a little funky. It's already getting thicker though. All right, and now here we have our pureed pumpkin, okay? So you guys, if you're getting this in a can, please check to make sure it doesn't have any sweeteners or spices in there. It should only say pumpkin on the ingredients list, okay? The other ones are made already for the pies, you know, and obviously your dogs can't have some of the spices in there too, so you really want to be careful, okay? So only pumpkin in a can, or you can cook a fresh pumpkin, okay? All you have to do, slice it in half, scoop out the seeds, put some oil and salt on it, and then you will cook it at 350 for about 40 to 50 minutes, and then it should be nice and soft to scoop out. All right, so here we're going to add this in to our wet ingredients. Let's see, we'll get all of that in there. Beautiful. Now, pumpkin is so good for your dog, you guys. It has vitamin A and is loaded with fiber, okay? And this is very good for if your dog is constipated or has diarrhea, okay? Both. Yeah, I know. So, we're going to mix this all together. We're going to add some flaxseed. Okay, this is about 1/4 cup of flaxseed. Okay, and what's great about flaxseed is it's loaded with dietary fiber, protein, manganese, and omega-3s. Okay, so this is very, very good for your dog, skin and coat, as well as for their digestion. Okay, flaxseed is magic, you guys. All right, so we got some flaxseed. I'll just kind of mix that a little. Okay. All right, I apologize, you guys. It's a rainy day, and so my nose is running a little more, so sorry about the sniffles. Okay, so now, this is oat flour, okay? Dogs are gluten-free, in case you didn't know. So we are using oat flour, which you should be able to find at any of your local grocery stores. Oats are very good for dogs and for people, honestly, right? They are packed. This is packed with omega-6 fatty acids, which is really good for strong and healthy skin, okay? And it is a great source of fiber, you guys, not to mention heart healthy. Okay, so we're going to kind of sprinkle this. Of course, you know, we don't want to really dump. This is kind of giving us a sifting effect to loosen it up, make it easier to mix it in. And this is 2.5 cups. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put all of the measurements in the description of this video, so you guys don't have to worry about memorizing what I'm saying right now, okay? So here we got our oat flour, and here we have baking soda, okay? Now, I chose to use baking soda instead of baking powder because baking powder has is more of a mixture of a bunch of different chemicals, and this one is just whatever that chemical is, and that's the only thing on there. So I just chose that one as a safer, and also baking soda has salt, so I want to be able to control the salt content. You obviously don't want to overload your dog with sodium, okay, you guys? And here we've got some salt, now that we're speaking of it. Okay, this is 1/2 teaspoon right here, and that was a whole teaspoon of baking soda right there. Okay, so here we've got that. We'll get mixing this in. Nice. Okay, everything's really coming together. This is getting good and thick. Now, if it's too thin, feel free to add more. Obviously, you want to get it to a good biscuity texture as best as possible, okay? We're going to add cinnamon. Very delicious, good for your dog as well as you. And what's great about cinnamon is it helps regulate your blood sugar, okay? Very good to keep you nice, strong, and healthy, okay? Now, as you can see, this isn't kind of the thick, crumbly dough that we want. But have no fear, we're going to chill this for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge for 2 hours. Really let it harden some more so it'll be easier to mold when I cook it. Okay, so let me go do that. All right, friends, so I am back with our cool dough right here, okay, and now we are going to get it ready to put it in the oven, okay? So you guys have two choices here. If you want the classic scone look, then we're going to shape this into a rectangle and cut it into the triangle shapes, or honestly, it's much easier this way, you guys. If you just want to scoop it with a spoon, put it right on the pan, maybe shape it a little more like a circle if you really want it to get that nice biscuity look to it. But today I'm going to do it the pretty way for you guys, okay? So I'm going to take a little bit of my oat flour to sprinkle on here, and we're just going to kind of get this into that shape that we want. Okay, now since this is a more wet dough that we have here, what I found is the best way for when we're cutting it so that the knife isn't like taking pumpkin with it is if we have a towel here soaked with oil. You guys can use really any kind of oil. The coconut oil that we use for this recipe, olive oil, vegetable oil, really any, because we're just trying to keep this knife, you know, so stuff won't stick to it, okay? So here, we're gonna get a cut, and so now we have 2 separate pieces. Okay, we're gonna get a little more of this oil on here. Really get this oiled up. Okay, and this is where we're gonna get the triangle shapes. Let me see, this corner needs to be more of a corner, and then that'll work. There we go. Okay. One thing I do want to point out, you guys, too much of anything can be bad, okay? So please, please, please do not use this as a replacement for dog food. This should be used more as a treat, okay? So depending on the size of your dog, you know, 1 or 2 is good, you know, a day. Just please keep in to note that really too much is going to be bad, okay? Awesome. Now we're going to go pop these in the oven, you guys. We're going to cook it at 400 for about 20 to 25 minutes, okay? Woo! Let's get cooking. Freshly baked, you guys. Thank you so much for checking out my video today, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below and leave a comment and let me know maybe if you have some suggestions to make these videos better in the future. Also, please hit that subscribe button, you guys, because I have got some good stuff coming that you are going to want to see, okay? I hope you're as excited as I am. Happy Halloween!